Hi, this is Connie with Clicky Chick Creates, and I'm going to be decorating my new Inkwell planner. Super excited to have it finally gotten this and start to play with it. So I jotted down all my notes from my previous planner so I can start getting everything in here. Picked out a few different colors I want to try and work with for this week. And first thing I'm going to do is just take some washi tape and just create a little bit of a border. So I have my, even though this actually has all the different time slots, I'm not going to use the appointment times. I'm going to block off a little bit of time to use for actual appointments, and then the rest is going to be used to block out my to-dos. I'm just going to leave a little bit of openings for some appointments and I'm going to block it off as of the noon slot. I'll come back and fix that in a bit. I just want to cut off my next section. I realize I trimmed that a little too short to go for the other side. So note to self, I'll have to start on this side next time first. All right. All right, and I'll go in and adjust that in just a touch. All right, the next thing I wanted to do is go ahead and mark off the weekend. I'm going to use this cute little stamp set from Heidi Swap. And I'm going to end up using these letters for the weekend. So I'm going to use both of these little stamps, and I'm just going to go over the letters. I don't know if it's going to really bug me to have those letters showing through, but for now I'm just going to work with the way it is. Okay, and for this I think I'll use this Versa Magic, and it looks like it's in Persimmon. So I haven't even used it yet. I will do a little test just to make sure I like the color. I'm thinking that'll look pretty and springy. Let me grab a piece of scratch paper to stamp onto. Yeah, I think that'll look pretty. Alrighty then. So I'm going to start right there. Then I'm going to keep the same block, but I'm going to take this other stamp, and for this one I think I'll do this pink. And this color is called, yeah, just pink. Looks like there's maybe something else going to be added on, but I don't know. All right, and then we'll go to the next one. Weekend has 7 letters, so I need to get 7 spots on here. All right, then I'm going to flip it. Make sure not to go into that ink, but to go into this ink. All right, and then go back to the triangle shape and into the pink. Yeah, that's 7 letters. I had to double check my count. And then to clean my stamps, I'll just use a wipey. right. I'm wondering if these letters might be a little too big. If they are, I'll move on to Plan B. Let's see how they look. Wow, and it's just stuck on one sheet. All right, let's see how that looks. You know, it looks like it's going to take over the whole flag. So I think I will hold off on that. I'm going to let that ink dry for a touch. All right, I'll move on to something else. So I used some of the blanks or shipping labels that I had and just made a quick little sticker sheet. I'm going to add these for my to-dos. I'm trying to squeeze in this video before we head out to church. So if you end up noticing an abrupt lighting change, you'll know that I had to finish the video after Mass. My baby girl, she's actually my big girl, but she'll always be my baby. She actually just had her first communion last weekend. So she's excited to be able to take communion again this week with us. And I do want to add a little bit of a flag at the bottom. So I'm just going to cut into the center and then from the edges go into that center to just give it a little flag. Eventually I'll figure out how to use my silhouette and actually create these a much easier, more expedient way. If you have any videos or any tutorials you can point me to in order to get up and running on my silhouette, that would be fantastic. So one of the other things I am going to try to start doing as well is getting some of my stuff done sooner rather than later. So I'm going to put my to-dos on 3 days out of the week. So I'm actually going to lift this a little so I don't stamp on it. Move that out of the way. I'm going to add one kind of washi strip there. Another one here. And then the other one will be on Friday. And since this is really close to the coil, I'm going to actually move my stamp to get as close to the edge as possible so I don't have any problems when it bumps up against it. There we go. And now I'm going to clean this off because I'm going to do a different color. Okay, and I'm going to switch to the orange color. Okay, and the to-dos, what I'm actually going to do is, that's going to be on every other day. I'm going to add my to-dos. And on these days, on the orange washi days that I added, I'm going to try and get items done for my blog and for my businesses. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to be disappointed. There we go, much better. And yeah, I think it's this ink, yikes. All right, so blog, photos, to-dos. Okay, so now I'm just going to add my little stickers. Oh my goodness gracious. That was a tad bit painful. to watch, right? All right. Okay, so I'm back from church, and I added a few little flowers, and I'm going to add some more. And they're from the same set that I took that little washi strip. And this is a Recollections set that I picked up on clearance recently. Always love getting a bargain. So I'm going to take that same teeny tiny one, and I'm actually going to incorporate a little bit of green in here too. It's kind of a lot of different colors in the color palette, but I wanted to, my initial thought was to do the kind of ocean blue and the light yellow and green, and then I ended up kind of running amok with the kind of melony color and the orange. So I'm just basically doing these to cover up the time spots. Ooh, that's really faint. I thought it was going to be a little bit darker. I think that's okay. It's just to kind of make it almost a little bit of bullet points as well for my time appointments. Ooh, I went way off on that one. All right, and then this one over here is really close to the spine, so I'm going to take my little flower stamp and go even closer to the edge, so that way I can get as close in there as possible. Anytime you're coming up against the spine, you want to make sure that your stamp is as close to the edge as possible so that you're not bumping into it. All right, and then I will do the weekend as well. So I'm just going to stamp over those. And then grab another wipey since that dried out. Clean this off. And I'm going to go back in with the I think it was the persimmon color. Yes, so I'll do Saturday with persimmon. So again, I'm using my top area for timed appointments. And I feel like having 4 spots for actual time appointment type stuff is going to work for me. So that's what I wanted to do there. And I'm going to use the other, so it came with three of those flowers in different sizes. I don't know how well you can see them there. But I'm going to take the 2 bigger sizes and just do a little bit of decorating around the edging. And that's where I'm going to incorporate all the colors that I've been using so far. Okay, so what I'm going to be using is this stamp set from Lawn Fawn. And I'm going to grab the packaging. It's part of the, oh, it doesn't say what the title is on it, Violet's ABCs. So that's part of that set, and that's what I'm going to use to stamp over the banners over there. They're kind of big, but I'm okay with it, primarily because they're the letters. It's not like the stickers I was going to use that would be the whole block. So I'm just going to stamp these over the banner. Oh boy. Let's try that again. I apologize, my head's going to get in the shot. All right, much better. And just as I use my stickers, I just put them up there and I end up putting them all away as I'm cleaning up. These are really sticky, which part of me loves and part of me hates. I really don't think you can go wrong with any Lawn Fawn products. At one point, there was another alpha set that I thought I had lost one of the letters. I was so frustrated. Turned out it had gotten stuck to one of my favorite pens. So I was very happy to have found it, but ever since then I do tend to be a little bit more cautious on my alphas. So I'm going to go ahead and set those aside. The next thing I want to do is start using these bigger flowers to just do some pretty decorating around the border. And one of the things that I've learned with crafting is when you go off the edge, it actually adds a little more, I don't know, just it almost makes it feel like it is manufactured that way. Spring coming and flowers. I did a blog post this weekend all about flowers. A photography friend and I went to the Carlsbad flower fields last month, and I recently got a new macro lens, so I went out and played with that and had a blast. So I'm definitely feeling a little bit of the flower vibe. Okay, the other thing I wanted to do is, actually let me go to this stamp set. This is by Pink Paisley, and I'm thinking this one that says, "This is delicious," will be fantastic to use for my meal planning area. Oh, I haven't used these. They are super stuck on there. All right, and I'm just going to add the "This is delicious," this top line that is all about meals. It is going to be where I add my meal planning. So I'm going to put it there, and I'm not sure what color ink yet. I think I'm going to go with the pink. Anytime you're using a new stamp, you do want to stamp it off on a scrap piece of paper just to see how it stamps, because sometimes you kind of need to season your stamps. Oh, that looks so pretty. So we'll see how it looks against the yellow. But there's no letters or anything wonky there, so it should be fine. And it's a little big, like I said, so it is going to hang over several areas, but I'm good with that. So it'll leave me space for my meal planning for the week. And I'm going to clean that off. These baby wipes that I use are super moist. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to drip water all over the place. All right. So that's fantastic. For the home section, well, for the fitness section, I wanted to do, I do want to do some water tracking and some workouts, but I'm not sure what I'm going to end up using here. So I might end up thinking about it some more. Then I also wanted to add over here on the right side, hoping I'm still in frame for you here. This is an older set that I have from Avery Elle, and I love the little phone. I thought would be great for phone calls that I need to make, and the mail for anything I need to ship out, the little envelope I mean. So for my notes, I'm going to put phone calls I need to make, anything I need to ship out, and I know what I should do to balloons, because it seems like my girls have parties and events that we're constantly getting invited to, which is fantastic, but I want to be able to get ahead of the game on any sort of cards or goodies that they need to make. All right, so I think that is how I will lay these out. And we'll just do another little combination of these colors. Again, using this for the first time, so I'm going to stamp it off, see how it works. Oh, so cute! Love that. All right, so phone calls to make. Clean that off, and let me just put this away right now. Anything that needs to go into the mail. That away. And any birthday cards or gifts. All right, fabulous. That looks so cute. That green is a tiny bit faint, but I'm going to work with it this month and figure out whether I like it, love it, and just with it, whatever. So, all right, fans go back. And this set is done. All right. And I still need to figure out, there are daily activities that I need to get done for my businesses, which I've mentioned in previous posts with my planner. Sorry, I disappeared. I put together some of these kind of stickers I was using, but they're really hard. It's really hard to read, so I decided I wasn't going to really work with this after all. But I'm thinking for this week, it might just work. And so basically, there's certain things that I need to do with my businesses, with ads I need to run and different social media activities that need to happen. And then I'm on the design team at Capture 365, and there's certain obligations there that need to be met. So I think I will use these for the week and figure out for next week what I'll do differently. So let me find my scissors. Alright, so I'm liking that so far. And so I have my meal planning. Still need to figure out what I'm going to do for my water tracking. Oh no, wait, I have that on here. So my water and my other to-dos. Alright, so I think that's it as far as that stuff. The other thing I'm going to do is go ahead and transfer over all of the fun stuff I do need to get done this week. One of the things I did want to do is note any big days that are coming up. Like this Thursday, we have our art show, which is very exciting. So I am going to mark that. I was going to use the heart one, but I think to stick with the flower theme, I'm going to use this little flower one here. And I'm going to put it on the other side so I can go in that little spot up there. Mark it right there. I should have thought about this before I put those other stamps. Where do I want to mark it? Our art show is a big thing at our school, and the head volunteer for the past few years, her child is getting promoted and moving on to middle school. So I've been shadowing her this year and will be taking over her role and duties, which is very exciting. But holy moly, it's a big job. It's really exciting, but it's a big commitment. But yeah, so this show is a big deal. We have about 800 students, and all of them have work represented in the show, and it's a wonderful activity and event. So actually, I think I'm going to mark it here and just draw a little special attention to it. That is art show. We've been working on it the past couple of weeks, particularly on Friday. Honestly, I am still super sore. I haven't been working out the way I need to, and my body is getting old. And I really just was bending in positions I have not bent in quite a while, and just getting 800 pieces ready. We still have a lot more to do for 4th and 5th grade because they actually have 2 pieces in the art show. So this is where we're going to have art show. Come in. Are you ready for bed? Yes, absolutely, my lovey. I love you, sunshine.
What are you making?
I'm just working on my planner so I can plan out my week. Okay, you go get in bed, lovey. Love you, sunshine. Night, night. Okay, so I'm actually going to flip it this way, make it a little easier to write all my goodies into. And besides art show on Thursday, this whole week is Teacher Appreciation Week. So we have a lot going on with that as well. So I'm actually going to mark that on here as well. Okay, well, I think that is it. That gives you an overview of my week. I'm sure I'll be adding some more goodies in here, but for now, this will work for me. If you have any suggestions, anything that you think would improve this, I'd love to hear. I'd love to know. I'm still getting used to this new planner. I did a spread over here, and that's the only one that I've done. So I'm looking forward to using this a little bit more and really getting a good feel for this. I have not done my whole month, but I will definitely be taking that as well when I do. And this I'm excited to use as well. I'll give you a little peek. The extra large hexagon squeeze punch works really nicely with that, with this size. It leaves still a little bit of a frame, but it's going to work nicely. I'm going to grab just a piece of scratch paper to show you. It'll leave a little bit of a frame around there, but I'm going to have some fun adding a few little different colors and maybe a little sparkle in here just to see what I like. Oh, and one of the main things I forgot to show you that I need to do for this spread is, as I mentioned, I'm on the Capture Your 365 creative team. So I print out, we have a monthly photo challenge list, which is fantastic because it just has it nice and compact. So I've been printing these, and I feel like the months that I print them, I'm a little bit more in tune with where I should be and what I want to photograph, and just kind of thinking ahead of some options. And I love that this kind of works within the same color palette. So what I'm going to do is back it. Actually, I'll just do it right now. Let me get, where did I put my glue? There it is. I'm just going to put this on the back of that paper in this bottom corner. That's the portion of the page I want to use. So I'm going to drop that there. I'm going to move this for a second just because I don't want any glue to ooze out on there. Alright, so now that that's on there, I'll trim that out. Alright, the top one's a little bit wonky, so I'm going to go in and trim that up a little bit better. Alright, and that works. I'll take my corner rounder and use the 1/4 inch one just on these two opposite corners just to follow the shape of the design. And then what I'll do is add this. I don't remember if I used these in this planner last month or not, or if it was just my other planner. But, oh yeah, it does work. Okay. So what I'm going to do is drop this on here. I haven't reused these before, so I'm going to test it out and see if that even works. And these are just the little tabs from, what is that, from the Post-it Note brand. So that's just going to go on there, so it's part of my month. And then this back here, it just kind of mirrors the same color palette that I used. And again, this is just going to help me kind of think ahead. So what I want to start doing is planning out some ideas for the different photo prompts so that when the day comes, I'm not trying to think of an idea and to doing the photo. So if I start planning a little bit in advance, that'll help me quite a bit. So, all right, well, I think that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and definitely subscribe. And also subscribe to my blog, clickychickcreates.com. Thanks so much. Have a blessed day, and well, this won't go up till tomorrow, but today's Mother's Day, so any moms out there, I hope you had a wonderful, beautiful Mother's Day. Hope you enjoyed a wonderful day full of love, hugs, and kisses, and thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.